Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at the Triwizard Tournament, The Black Lake by Lego Harry Potter. This is set number 76420, and, well, yeah, we get 5 minifigures floating around underwater, and it says right here, the model does not float. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It just, I don't know, it looks rather dark. What are we trying to do, drown them down here? I don't know. Oh, well, this looks pretty interesting. Well, let's head over to the Lego table and take a closer look. Here we are at the Black Lake with the Triwizard Tournament going on, and yeah, it's a very tall build, but looks can be deceiving. So off to the left we have this little creature. I don't know what he's called, so I'm going to call him a Salibi for those who can get the reference. And then here we have Merperson, which I don't know if that's Jason Voorhees' mother. We don't. I don't know. I'm not a Harry Potter buff, so if anybody can help me out with that, I'd appreciate it. Here we have Hermione Granger, and then right here we have Ron Weasley. They're just suspended underwater. It looks like they're connected with chains. I don't know what's going on here. And then up here in the middle we have Harry Potter on this platform. I'll show you how that works in a bit. And then here we have Viktor Krum, and he's inside of a shark suit, and his head does pop off, and don't let that scare you there. There's his head in the back. And don't worry, we'll do a close-up tour of everything in a bit. And this right here is Victor's wig. It's like more of like a tapered short fro piece. So yeah, I mean, and then we got this boat here. So I guess if Harry Potter's too scared, he can just hop in the boat and sail on the turntable. So you do get 5 minifigures with this set, despite of its size. And then we got a crab down there, and you could tell it looks like this is submerged underwater. Now the box says this thing does not float, so don't put it in water, don't put it in a bathtub. And my old turntable fell and it's kind of broken, so it's hard to spin. I have to fix that too. And here's the back, and there's not really a whole lot on the back. This part down here doesn't look too bad. We got a little gold cup down here, and there's some of these rubber things that these are suspended off of, and here's a ladder here. So I think the boat's supposed to go on the pretend water, like that, and you're supposed to hop on that ladder and go up here. It looks like we got ourselves some trophies in there, and I like these roof slopes too. And that's pretty much it for the 360 tour. Yeah, it's not terribly bad. It's just, I don't know, but it is playable. One more thing I want to mention is this right here. So there's a little lever right back here. So if you want to simulate Harry Potter diving in the water, you can take a faceplant on the table instead. So that's basically what that is, and I'll show you that lever here in the close-up shot. So here's this little lever right here. So you just press this down, and this taps this platform, and that's pretty much what it does, but you have to help it up. Here's this little observatory area. I'm not sure what that is there, but we got ourselves some trophies. And those are pearl silver mugs. Here's the top, and then this little knob here, you can spin this clock face. So basically what you do is you would just do this, and the whole clock spins. So I guess it's supposed to simulate the time, but I don't know. We got ourselves the observatory deck, and here's that platform right here. Here's that lever. So that's pretty much what it is. And Harry Potter just rests on here like that. And so here we have, if I can remember their names again. So we got Hermione, oh no, this is Ron and this is Hermione, if I'm pronouncing that right. And they look like they're drowning down there. This is obviously a dark set. I don't know, I just not really feeling this one here. They got them on these little rubber cross axles, so it looks like they're kind of bouncing underwater. Maybe they're supposed to escape the chains, I don't know. We got some seaweed, a crab, and a nice spring green fish. We got some plant life growing on this. And there's the boat. Here's the shark. And this is, and I have the names written down here because a lot of these guys I don't know. We have Viktor. This is the one with the double-sided head. if I can get his helmet off here. And yes, I'm hands-free right now, so it's a bit challenging. And that's what it looks like. And of course, we have Merperson and Salabai. We'll just call that Mrs. Voorhees. And there's that bow. The bow just seems kind of out of place in there, and there's that wig. Yeah, I mean, it is a playable model. I was playing around with this for a little bit, and for the most part, it is not too terribly bad, but I'll save my thoughts for the review. Yes, it's got some potential. Now, for the review and my opinions on the set, for the most part, it was a very nice build. I enjoyed putting it together. So we're going to dive right on into the build quality. And at first, I don't know, I was kind of skeptical on some of this stuff here, but it seems, for the most part, pretty sturdy. Nothing fell apart. And, it looks finished off on one side, but as we saw, it's not finished off on the back. But I hadn't had experienced anything falling off or flaking off on this build, so it's not too terribly bad. Now, for build experience, it was a delight to put together. I wasn't bored with it or anything. It kept my interest, and it was a pretty quick build nonetheless. So I didn't really experience being bored with it or anything like that. It was just a fun set all around to put together. It was pretty quick. Now, in addition to that, is that it is possible that two people can build this set at the same time. So if you look through the manual carefully, this piece here is isolated from this one. And at the very end, these two get joined together. So it is possible that one person can build part of this and another person can build the other. So it is pretty much split up in such a way that two people could build. Now, for play value, when I was looking at the box originally, I was like, I don't know, this doesn't look playable. But yeah, it is playable, especially when you can just tap this lever and Harry Potter's going to go down there and save these two guys from drowning, and these can come off and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, you can play with this. It's got some play value. For city drop-in value, you'd have to finish this up a bit. And seeing that this part here is meant to be underwater, this part here maybe you could set on the top of maybe an ocean scene or something, but for this down here, it'd be great if you had an underwater theme, but I can't picture this being in a city in its current state. Which leads to mocks. You could actually finish off the back of this or do some more with it to make it look good, or enhance it and make it bigger, or you can just use the parts to make your own stuff, which is probably what I'm going to be doing. But for the most part, though, it is pretty much ready for mocks. So my final assessment of this set, it is a pretty good deal. Now, for $44.99 for 349 bricks, it does seem a bit steep for this. I mean, it is somewhat finished off. You do have 5 minifigures and some accessories, and there's no stickers. But the only thing printed is the clock face. So for me personally, $44.99 is a bit steep for this set. Especially for 350 bricks, and I'm just rounding that up. So for me, I mean, the price is a bit on the high side, but if you find the set on a clearance or on sale, it'd be better. So as long as you get it for maybe about $30, $35, this is not too bad of a build. But for it being $45, I really don't see what $45 went into. I think maybe they're counting just the figures and stuff, but I don't know. You guys and gals tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Is this set worth $44.99? Let me know. I'm kind of curious.